What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range, as you can see behind me. Got some pretty nice weather cooperating with me out here. Been doing a bunch of jelly testing, and this one right here is going to be another interesting 357 Magnum test. But y'all know the routine. We got the jelly contraption out here with the chrono. Got 2 blocks of gel. Now, I've only done 1 test so far in this gel, and that was actually a 32 ACP test, interestingly enough. So I'll leave some links up above if y'all hadn't seen that. That was pretty surprising. But like I said, for this one here, we're checking out some 357 Magnum, and to be more specific, it's this Winchester white box 110 grain jacketed hollow point that I picked up a few weeks ago. I guess right now, if you're going to call anything a bargain or a budget round, I guess you could call it that now, but these things are 50 bucks for a box of 50, so even these are $1 a round right now. So I don't know if there's any such thing as a bargain round anymore. But these are just some basic hollow point rounds. They're more like semi-jacketed, to be honest with you. The jacketing only goes up about halfway up the projectile, just a basic big old open hollow point on the end. So be pretty interesting to see how these do. Now, as far as the tools we're using for a short barrel, we got the Taurus 605 with the 2-inch barrel on it, and then for the longer barrel we got the Taurus 608. Now technically this is a 4-inch barrel. Yes, it's ported on the end about 3/4 of an inch or so, but technically this is still a 4-inch barrel revolver. Now if you want to think of it as a 3-inch, 3.5-inch, by all means go for it, but I'm just telling you what these are. This is technically a 2-inch revolver and this is a 4-inch revolver, so should be pretty interesting to see what these do out of this gel. Honestly, depending on the speeds, I'm expecting these 110 grain projectiles to come all to pieces when they hit that gel. But we really won't know until we see the jelly jiggle, so let me get this set up and let's check these things out. All right, y'all, let's check out the speeds on these things. I'm gonna do a 3-round average out of each barrel length. I'm gonna start out with the 2-inch 605 first. See what these things are moving at. 110 grains, I suspect they're moving on out. $11.80, $11.71, and $11.59. So they're moving on, but I figured they'd be a little faster, honestly. Let's go check the average out. All right, so our 3-round average out of the 2-inch 605 is 1,170 feet per second. So that's not too shabby, I guess, for a 2-inch barrel, even though it's only a 110 grain projectile. Let me reset this and let's check out the 608. All right, y'all, let's check out the speeds from the 608, see what this little bit of extra barrel length can do for it. $13.02, $13.09, and $12.78. So this extra barrel length definitely woke it up a little bit. Let's check that average out. All right, so this time the 3-round average was 1,296 feet per second, so almost right there at 1,300. And if y'all remember out of the 2-inch barrel, it was 1,170, so you're talking about 126 feet per second faster from this 608. 126 feet per second, that's over 10% faster, so I would call that a significant difference. So let me get this stuff set up, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's budget Magnum jelly time. I'm gonna put 1 round out of each barrel length down here into the gel. I'm gonna start out with the 2-inch barrel 605 first. If I was gonna have any guesses, I think these rounds are gonna come all apart, even though they're not moving that fast, especially with one out of the 608 to 1300. I think it's coming apart, and I think this one will too. The only thing that's got me kind of iffy is this being cheaper rounds. They may be harder lead, so maybe they won't, but I don't know. Let's see what happens, y'all. Let's try this one here first. All right, look like a good hit there. Let me go check it out and make sure we're good. Well, y'all, looks like I was wrong on that. I don't think that fragmented much at all, but it did suffer from lack of penetration, and it got some nice expansion, though, I can tell you that. So let's see what this 608 to do. I'm very curious now. I'm still kind of sticking with my fragmentation thought, but who knows? Let's see what happens. This thing runs kind of low, so I'm gonna try to go under that one. All right, I think that was a perfect hit. Let me go down there and make sure. All right, y'all, let's check out what we got down here. Honestly, it looks about like all 357 Magnums I've tested, maybe one or two that hadn't acted like this, but almost all of them, depending on the speed, they either come in here and go all to pieces like this one out of this 608 did and get so-so penetration, or they come in and they're not moving quite fast enough to go all the way to pieces, but they're moving so fast that they expand so big that it hurts them on the penetration like this 605 did. So obviously, like I just said, this is the 605 right here. As you can see, it comes in all kind of nastiness as far as wound channel disruption, and it carries out to right here. Big old expansion on this thing. I don't really see any fragmentation from this one, but there's a ton of expansion out of it. Now the one from the 608 on the other hand down here at the bottom came in very nice wound channel, nice disruption also, but it immediately started coming apart. There's a big piece there, there's a big piece here. I really can't tell up in here, but I'm sure I can see a few pieces there. I think a couple pieces even right when it comes in. So this one had just enough velocity to drive it beyond the super expansion point into fragmentation. Now that being said, this one did get more penetration. It looks like quite a good bit, to be honest with you, maybe 4 or 5 inches more, but let me measure it and see exactly what we got. All right, so for penetration out of the 605 2-inch barrel, we only got 8 and not even a quarter, just barely over 8 inches of penetration out of that 605. And then the one out of the 608, we're sitting here at 11.5 inches of penetration. So both of them short of the FBI penetration minimum, however much weight you put into that. The one out of the 2-inch barrel, pretty far short, 8 inches. Even with that kind of expansion and that disruption right there. Now, depending on shot placement and how deep you're having to go, that would get it done. But 8 inches is pretty short as far as penetration. Just a quick look from above to give you a better view. The one on the top, that's out of the 2-inch barrel. The one on the bottom there, that's out of the 4-inch barrel. So as you can see, quite a bit of difference in that 100 and something feet per second velocity difference. You can see there, the one on the bottom came all apart, the one on the top didn't. You got some nice crazy expansion out of it, but not much penetration at all. All right, y'all, let's take a look at these projectiles. So obviously there's a huge difference here. This big old thing right here, that's out of the 2-inch barrel 605, and this one here is out of the 4-inch barrel 608. So this one right here with the 605, again, it had enough speed to just super expand this thing, but it definitely cost it on penetration. 8 inches of penetration is, in my opinion, short by any standards. And then you had the 608 here with the 4-inch barrel. It had so much speed that it fragmented to pieces and lost a lot of its mass that would have actually expanded out like this, left it behind in the gel. But let's measure these and see what we did lose. Like I say, they both started at 110. This is the one out of the 608. We're at 62.2 grains. So it lost a ton of material going through that gel. Now the one out of the 605 here, it's at 109.2. So very, very little loss, if any, out of that 2-inch barrel. Now as far as expansion, this is going to be a huge difference. The one out of the 608 here got 433, 458, and 452. So decent expansion on that, but like I say, it lost a bunch of what would have expanded. Then you got this big old mushroom out of the 605 here. Got 662, 675, and 677. So you're talking about some massive expansion on that one. But there you have it, y'all. The Winchester White Box 357 rounds. Pretty much what I expected. I honestly expected this one to come all to pieces just like this one did. I was kind of surprised it held together a little bit more speed like you saw from this 608, and it came all to pieces. All right, y'all, that right there is going to do it for the budget 357 Magnum test. Looks like I finished this one just in time because the rain's moving in out here. I'm having to use my shade tree as an umbrella to get this little outro done. But really nothing left for me to say about these rounds that I hadn't already said. Y'all leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about these rounds. With the power and the speed and the expansion and fragmentation, would you forgive the lack of penetration, or is that just really just too much to forgive right there? Let me know down in the comments what y'all's thoughts are. If you did enjoy the video, as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that bell notification notification icon so you can get notified when I upload new videos. Y'all check out my affiliate links down below. If you shop through Amazon, hit that one up first. It goes straight through Amazon like normal from there, and anything you buy anywhere on the site after that, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. Check out those Axle Ear Pro links like I always mention. If you're looking for some really nice ear pro, you can save a pile of money on those links instead of going straight to their site. I appreciate all my Range Gang members for hitting that join button, and every single one of y'all that supports the channel by watching these videos, hitting that thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and like I said, leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about these Winchester 357 Magnums. I had a few more tests planned for out here today, but these clouds had something completely different in mind, so I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. But y'all be on the lookout for a lot of good stuff, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.